We are live, folks, here in studio. Shane O'Mac joins me. I'm Joe the Fan from Just Win Bets, baby, guys. So, Shano, it's, since week 4, we've gone 24-8. And we had a few first, the first 3 weeks had a couple bad beats, the special teams. We talked about that before, but the issue is that why can't we figure out to go perfect? I got screwed on the kicker, meaning when I say kicker bettors, that means that, of course, I had him 44.5 and freaking, what do you call it? Atlanta, Miami, which Miami played, we'll get to last night's game in a second, but and Miami scored a lot of points there. And, Kirk Cousins, he just looked terrible. But news coming out of Miami now, they fired the GM because Miami got destroyed against Baltimore. But, yeah, I don't get it. Your thoughts, Shano?
Yeah, that sucked. Half point. You had the over at 44.5 and then came up to 44. So that's a bad beat. That sucks. Yeah, so we both had one loss. So we both went 2-1 last week. I had the Steelers plus 3.5 or whatever it was, plus 3. And that looked good for a long time. Steelers were up. They were leading, like halfway through the third quarter. And then the Packers just kind of rolled away with it in the fourth quarter. So that sucked as well. But eventually we'll get to that 6-0. But overall, we've been pretty great with NFL. A couple 5-1 weeks and a whole bunch more in 2 weeks. So still making money, still in the positive, net positive.
Definitely in the net positive. Let's see here. Just trying to do something real quick for you guys. Give us 1 second here. Shano, talk about your picks from last week real quick.
My picks from last week?
Yeah.
So I just talked about the Steelers one. I thought Aaron Rodgers playing against his old team for the first time back there. Well, they were in Pittsburgh. It wasn't in Green Bay. It would have been better if it was in Green Bay. What was the NFL scheduling team thinking of when they made that schedule?
That's definitely for sure.
Packers fans are so nice, though. I don't know if they would boo him. I don't know if they would cheer him. They'd probably just cheer him. I would think they would cheer him. They were super nice when I was out there. That's like a nice group of folks out there, for sure. But yeah, I had that play. What was my other bets? I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I have to go back and look. Let me look at the last week's bets, y'all. Oh, I had the Giants Eagles over, and that went way over. The over there was at like 43 or something like that, and there was a total of 58 points that scored in that game. Way over that one, and then I had the Bucks Saints under. That one was at 47, which I thought was way too high. That game was screaming young under to me. And it went way under as well. That one only had 26 total points. So it covered the under by 20 points. So that was a huge win as well. So both of those big wins for me, but then the Steelers came up as my one solo loss. So I ended up 2-1 last week with NFL picks.
Gotcha. For me, we talked about the Atlanta. Sorry for the technical difficulty, guys, but we talked about the Atlanta game for me. But then, I bounced back with a couple winners there. But the one that I liked about yours there, Shana, was the Philly and the Giants game on the over. That was easy money right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, easy money. That went way, way, way over. Way over. Sucks for the Giants going forward. They had a big loss with Scadaboo getting hurt.
Right.
That was a gruesome injury if you guys saw that. Bad. It looked really bad on his ankle there. So hopefully he heals up for next season because he's fun to watch, even though he's in the same division and I don't want him to do well and I don't want the Giants to do well.
Right.
He's fun to watch.
Right.
I don't want any injuries for anybody, right?
Of course.
I want them to lose every single game, but
sure.
They can at least entertain me while they're losing, right?
Well, that's yeah. That's for sure. All right. So let's get started. There's trying to get the ticker up here. That's why we're having some technical difficulties. Let me try one more time. I don't know what was going on there. But also, I had Shano. I had a nice one with the 49ers in the Houston game.
Yeah.
And that was easy for me on that one. Jeez Louise. Our computer, something's wrong with our computer. It's going really, really, really slow, guys. So again, we apologize. Let's see here. So yeah, I took, it was, well, it went up to 2, Shano. And, it was like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take what they give us and
Yeah.
go from there. But yeah. So let's start with our picks. I will, did you want me to go first or do you want me to go first? Because let's go with a perfect week this week. I think we're due.
We are due. I'll go first.
Okay.
My first bet. I am going to go. Chicago is playing at Cincy. Chicago is playing at Cincy.
Right.
Chicago is playing at Cincy. Cincinnati. You don't know about this, so they traded for Joe Flacco. They've
Right.
been much better with Joe Flacco, but they just lost last week. Close game, but they gave the Jets the very first win.
Right.
Right. And then there's been news coming out that Flacco is dealing with a shoulder problem right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not good. Even what for your 40-year-old quarterback to be dealing with a shoulder problem. And then that means if he doesn't, he may not play. And if he doesn't play, you're going back to Jack Browning. And if he does play, if the Bears can get some sort of pressure on him, bang up that shoulder like on a hit or two, and then they go to Jake Browning, that's the recipe for disaster for the Bengals because they sold that for weeks. And that's why they traded for Joe Flacco because he can't cut it. He can't make it in the league. So I'm taking the Bears minus 2.5.
Bears minus 2.5. Yeah. That was something that you and I talked about. We talked about that off the air. I was leaning towards. I was doing the same thing with the Chicago game, but I decided to stay away from that. But yeah. Let's see here. Let me go to mine real quick, Shano, on my first one. I'm going to go with a game here. I'm going to go bounce all over the place, but I'm going to go with this first one here, Shano. It's going to be Monday Night Football. Usually I go with a 1:00 game here and there, blah, blah, but I'm going to go Monday Night Football right here. I'm going to go the Dallas Cowboys, who've done very well at home. They're taking on Arizona, so you don't even know. And actually, they just came out and said who is going to start. Brissett's going to start, not Kyler Murray. So Dallas is at minus 2.5 right now at minus 110. Get on that right now. Stop what you're doing. Do it now. Yeah. There's no way Dallas. I mean, their defense. I mean, they hung with Denver. Okay, but Dallas can score. Dallas can score with the best of them, but there's no way Arizona has a chance at this. So I'm going to take Dallas minus 2.5 as my first official play.
I like that a lot. Excuse me. I felt that one coming on. Yeah, Dallas at home has been really good this season. Most of their struggles and most of their losses have been on the road. I don't see the Cardinals going in there and beating the Cowboys. The Cowboys easily beat them by a field goal. I mean, that's easy money right there. I think I'd jump on that now because if Brissett's starting, that line's going to start moving quick.
Yeah. So it's Dallas minus 2.5 at minus 110. You can get that, of course, at Caesar's Palace and of course at DraftKings. The majority of them have it. I'll go next with another. So we'll snake this there, Shano. Let's go with the big game at 4:25. That's going to be prime time. It is the Buffalo Bills hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. So what I'm thinking here is, obviously they're 4-0, Buffalo being 4-0 in the regular season. They don't really cut the mustard when it comes to the playoffs. you know, the problem why I didn't want to take Buffalo to win is because of Oliver. Oliver's out, and they're still banging up. I don't think Buffalo is the same as they were for years in the past, last year, the year before, et cetera, et cetera. That being said, I'm going to go over. So all the over points here, and this is a 425 game, prime time, over 5.5 total points at -110. You get that in most of the books here, Shano. So that's going to be my second pick. Buffalo hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be a blowout. And anytime that these two play, they light it up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be my second pick, 52.5 over Buffalo Chiefs game.
Yeah, I feel like every time they play, it's like a 34-31 game. Something like crazy like that.
Yeah.
It's something like there's like 60-some points scored like every time they play. And then I remember like in the playoffs last year when like the Bills scored with like 45 seconds left and the Chiefs went right back down and scored to kick the field goal and win. Was that last year or 2 years ago? They all kind of blur together because it's like, the Chiefs always beat them in the playoffs.
Sure. Sure. And like you said, it comes to the last.
In that game, it was like 33-30 or something like that. I was like, good God.
Right.
They scored some points.
And like you said, it comes down to the last play, last game, or not last game, last play or last kick or whatever. So if it goes to overtime, I think it's a clear winner here. But yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs Buffalo over 52.5.
I like it. My next bet, I'm going to go. The Chargers are playing in Tennessee. The Tennessee Titans are terrible,
right?
Very bad,
right?
They have one win against the Arizona Cardinals that we talked about earlier.
Sure.
They played and they beat them in Arizona, which is crazy too.
Yeah.
But since that win, their closest margin of loss, they haven't won since, was against the Raiders. They lost to the Raiders by 10 points. The Chargers here are at -9.5. I don't see how the Titans get within 10 points of the Chargers, and they can't do it against the Raiders. They got blown out by the Patriots. It was close for like the first half, and the Patriots just pulled away. Colts spanked them last week, just pulled straight away from them. I think the Chargers easily cover 9.5. I think that this should be like closer to a 2-touchdown spread, like 13, 14-point spread. I'm taking the Chargers -9.5. I think they easily win by 10.
Yeah, it's gone down a little bit there, Shano. It's down to -9 at -110. So that's definitely a nice pick there. What was your third final pick there?
Last one. I am going to Atlanta at Patriots. I'm taking Patriots minus the points.
Okay.
The Falcons couldn't move the ball at all last week. I know Penix wasn't playing and Kirk Cousins was.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. Bijan Robinson got shut down. They haven't looked the same. Falcons have been looking pretty good some games and then trash some other games. And the Patriots, on the other hand, have been looking incredible. They've been looking great and consistent the last couple weeks. Drake May looks like he's a stud, like he's a star. Like they found their quarterback of the next 15 years or so, right? And he looks really, really good. He didn't play a whole ton last year because they had Brissett playing most of the games, and then he came in and played the second half of the season. Sure. But they had the handcuffs on him, little baby handcuffs on him until this year they opened it up. And he has something like 14 touchdowns and only two or three interceptions. Yeah. He's already thrown for over 2,000 yards. He looks incredible.
Smart kid.
The Falcons are also beat up on defense right now, and I think that helps the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots -5.5. I think they beat them by a touchdown.
You can get it at -5 at -113 at Caesars, but most of the books are at 5.5. So shop around if you want to pay the extra 3 cents better as you can. I'm going to go with my last pick, and this is something we talked about earlier in the show here about Scadaboo. It's unfortunate. I saw it live. The foot it's not supposed to go that way. I'll leave it at that. It made a right angle. Let's just say that. So I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers at -2.5 at -110. And you can get that at Bet365. I think that's the way to go because they're going to look like the Giants are going to look like a different team without Scadaboo. So, Mac Jones, this is a concern with San Francisco now. San Francisco is going to be without Purdy again. So I'm not understanding that at all. That's definitely a concern. But I think Mac Jones, who has shown some improvement here and there, can bring it. You know what I mean? Didn't look that good last week, but against Houston. But and the Giants are a little banged up.
Houston's got a pretty good defense too, though.
Houston's got a pretty good defense, and that was one of my picks that I called last week.
Yep.
But I think San Francisco bounces back, and the record is amazing. Shanahan is 8-1 coming from a loss. So I'm going to go with what the statistics are saying in the math, the models that I personally use with all the analytics, et cetera. And again, that's why producer Mark pays me the huge amount that he pays me. So I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers minus 2.5 over the New York Football Giants.
I like it. I was looking into that game as well as one of my picks because I kind of like the under in this game too. I don't know why it's calling to me, but like you said, Jones playing again. I think the Giants are going to be a little down after losing Scatterboo. I think like their offense should be okay, but it's like a really big hit emotionally for that team. Like it's a big emotional letdown. This guy was like, once they put him and Dart into the games more, that's when their offense started picking up. And you're losing one of those catalysts that helped drive your offense and made it better. So I was leaning the under there. I might take them like you said, Niners minus 2.5, and then do like an under, like maybe do like a little 6-point teaser or something, and like parlay it together. Yeah. That might be like a good play there. I think the over unders at like 48.5. I don't think it's going to go that high.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If I get it up to like Niners minus 2.5 and bump that up to like 52. Yeah, that might be good, and go under 52.
Yeah. No question about that. I did have a lean. Now you took the Chicago one. I sent that to you. I was like, maybe wasn't 100% sure there. But I talked about this in our show last, a few nights ago, where they sent the new Washington Skins jersey. I'm wearing it right now. So again, thank you for sending that. It's very nice. I'm going to go with, this is a lean, but I think they show up. It's Art Monk's. They're retiring his number. The Skins are now wearing, even with the stripe. They've got the stripe on the helmet. So finally, I don't know what took them so long. So I'm going to go Washington plus 3.5 over Seattle. Darnold, I think they're getting too comfortable in a sense of, they're loosey-goosey kind of thing.
Yeah.
Seattle had a great defense, don't get me wrong, but when you get embarrassed like that against Kansas City, and Kansas City is a great team, my lean is Washington. It's not one of my official picks, but I'm going to take and stick to my guns. Washington plus 3.5. I think they got a shot, especially the way that they played in the first half last week.
Yeah, I think they get a shot, especially coming at home. Like you said, Art Monk getting his jersey retired. Guys should be pumped for that. The crowd's going to be pumped. I know a lot of people going. A lot of people looking forward to it. Something side note, not football related to this game.
Sure.
Did you see what the owners have put out? They're having Super Bowl era pricing for their concessions.
Hey.
So you can get they're going to sell this, right? I applaud them for this because last time I went to a game, a hot dog was like $9 or $10. Mm-hmm. Hot dogs, $1.75. Popcorn, $1. And a soda, 75 cents.
Oh, that sounds like Costco.
Yeah.
Prices there.
They're calling it Super Bowl era pricing to go along with the Super Bowl era jerseys and Art Monk getting his number retired. So
that's great.
Kudos to them for that, because more stuff like that needs to happen because it's so expensive to go to games.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Hats off to Mr. Harris and the team for doing that. But again, I've said this before and I'll say it a million times. We're missing one thing right here. It starts with an R. So, or just put Washington, and I want the emblem back. I really do. But I don't know. I think I can live with just the W and just Washington. Just call them just Washington. Just
Yeah.
the Commanders thing that needs to be thrown in the trash.
Yeah, I think everybody agrees with that. Get rid of the Commanders. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
El terrible. Would be sweet if they're not gonna go back to the emblem, which probably doesn't sound like they will.
Right.
At least that'd be cool to get the W with the feathers on it.
Right.
The feather W.
Okay, but what about the spear?
I like the spear. Those are like one of my favorite uniforms with the skins. Is those 70th anniversary throwbacks. The dark burgundy with the spear on it. They kind of look like Florida State almost. A little bit darker than Florida State though. But they had the spear on the side, the spear on the side, the spear on the helmet. I love those uniforms.
Could they? Is that pushing the envelope a little bit there? Do you think?
Yeah, probably. I don't know though. No, I think you can do it though.
Yeah.
How come the Chiefs can have an arrowhead and they can do the tomahawk chop and then have like a big Indian drum that they're
they got the drums.
The game.
Yeah.
but we can't have anything related to Native Americans at all. But the Chiefs can do it all apparently. That makes zero sense to me. Like the NFL is so upside down with that. It makes no sense to me at all. We can't have anything, but the Chiefs can do everything in the world.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Only in America, like Don King used to say. Only in America. All right, Shano, let's recap our picks. If you don't mind going first. This is, of course, the recap of the NFL week number 9.
All right, Chargers at Titans. I'm taking Chargers minus 9.5. I think they'll blow them out. I think there'll be at least 10 points scored in that game, by them, more than Titans. And then I'm going Bears minus 2.5 against the Bengals. And then Falcons at Patriots. I'm taking Patriots minus 5.5.
For me, guys, I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers minus 2.5 as they travel to the New York Giants. And that'll be a 1:00 game. The second pick will be a primetime game or nationally televised game, I should say, which is the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the Buffalo Bills. And I'm taking over 52.5 points. That line is moving as we speak. Finally, on Monday Night Football, it's the Dallas Cowboys as they will host the Arizona Cardinals. So give me Dallas minus 2.5. All right, folks.
Like it.
Yeah.
Let's go 6-0 this week. Let's do it.
Let's do 6-0, please.
Come on, football gods.
Please. I mean, we would have went 5-1. That they call it the kicker, the half a point. Just you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. That's going to do it for us. And besides, if we go 6-0, hopefully the producers will get off my back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get some rest here at least. Holy cow. Fans, that's going to do it for us for week 9 in the NFL. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. We appreciate all of the support. We've got a lot of the soccer plays out already. Shano has been on fire when it comes to the NHL. 12-2 in the last 14 games since Monday. Yeah. So
dominating NHL. We got to keep it up. I didn't play any picks today. I was too busy with Halloween stuff.
Right.
But I'll get some picks up this weekend for sure.
Yeah, he had to be Mr. Incredible. Guys. So that's great. That's great. I'm glad that your family had fun. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Appreciate all the support. Give us a follow. Give us a chance. 24-8 since week 4, which is amazing. Had a couple bad beats. We already talked about some earlier, but 24-8 since week 4. Hopefully we can do it again for you guys. We really do. For Joe the Fan, that's Shane O'Mac. We're going to call it tonight and start winning with Just Win Bets, baby. Have a good night. We'll see you, and good luck this weekend.